Since the 1980s, rock music has arguably become one of the most popular genres in the music industry, and scores of famous and beautiful performers in this genre have dominated the radio. Some songs are so iconic and well-known that you might be able to recognize them without hearing the entire verse. Some of these songs have become even more popular as a result of their inclusion in numerous films and television programs. Sadly, many iconic musicians and band members have already passed away, as death as we know it is a sad but inescapable reality. Though, even while we mourned over the passing of several important members of the rock and metal scene in 2023, we can also celebrate their enduring legacy. Hi, welcome to YouWannaWatch, and in this video, we're going to talk about 12 rock band members who have died in 2023. Starting off our list at number 1, we have Jeff Beck. Jeff Beck, undoubtedly one of the greatest guitarists of all time, sadly died on January 10, 2023 of bacterial meningitis. He was 78 years old at the time. Jeff Beck, also known as the guitarist's guitarist, impacted numerous musicians and is justifiably included in the upper echelons of greatest guitarist countdowns in media outlets. After a brief stint as lead guitarist with the Yardbirds in the late 60s, Jeff Beck fronted the eponymous Jeff Beck Group and supergroup Beck, 𝗵𝘃𝗲, and he also enjoyed a critically lauded solo career. He received 6 Grammy Awards for Best Rock Instrumental Performance and 1 for Best Pop Instrumental Performance. He was inducted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame twice, once as a member of the Yardbirds and once as a solo artist. His most recent UK tour took place in the summer of 2022, and he was joined on guitar by his pal Johnny Depp on many of the dates. Number 2. Robbie Bachman. Robbie Bachman's skills behind the drum kit were legendary as one of the founding members of Brave Belt, which later became Bachman-Turner Overdrive. Robbie, sometimes known as Robin or Rob, was an integral part of BTO's biggest years in music throughout the 1970s, providing drum tracks for some of their biggest songs and establishing the band's image. Unfortunately, on January 12, 2023, it was announced that Robbie had died at the age of 69 and the cause of death has not been determined. Randy Bachman, Robbie's brother and bandmate, announced his death on January 12, 2023, just 2 days after Jeff Beck's passing. He tweeted, "Another sad departure. The pounding beat behind BTO, my little brother Robbie has joined Mum, Dad, and brother Gary on the other side. Maybe Jeff Beck needs a drummer. He was an integral cog in our rock and roll machine and we rocked the world together." Number 3. Van Conner. Van Conner of Screaming Trees died at the age of 55. Gary Lee, Van's brother and fellow band member, announced the awful news on January 18, 2023, via Facebook. According to Gary's Facebook updates, Van has been dealing with serious health concerns in recent years. In a post on January 5, 2023, the Screaming Trees guitarist revealed that his brother was hospitalized early this year due to a liver ailment. However, Van Conner's health problems began in late 2021. Gary explained that his brother had been unable to walk since an emergency stomach operation over a year ago that put him in a coma around Christmas. During his rehabilitation, the bassist became infected with COVID-19, which caused a blood clot that left his lungs badly damaged. He also mentioned that Van avoided seeking medical treatment for the complications he was experiencing, but he finally went to the hospital earlier this January. However, a few weeks later, Van passed away due to pneumonia. Van was a founding member of the grunge rock band Screaming Trees, which started in 1984 in Seattle. In 1992, they got their first charting hit with Nearly Lost You. He also performed with other bands, including Solomon Grundy and Gardner. Number 4. David Crosby. Singer-songwriter guitarist David Crosby, a founding member of 2 popular and tremendously influential 60s rock units, the Byrds and Crosby and Stills and Nash, has died at the age of 81 on January 19, 2023, after contracting COVID-19 for the second time, his friend and former bandmate Graham Nash has revealed. Nash's disclosure of the cause of David's death comes just months after his heartfelt tribute to his longtime on-and-off friend. He said in a February 2023 interview that the two of them were in the process of making amends soon before David's death. David has struggled with health issues for decades after being diagnosed with hepatitis C in the early 1990s. In a 2002 interview with The Washington Post, the rock legend stated that he was very healthy and discussed getting the life-saving liver donation. David last performed in February 2022 at a surprise show in Santa Barbara, California for the first time in 3 years. He is survived by his wife, Jan Dance, and his 4 adult children. Number 5. TOPHAM. Anthony TOPHAM, the Yardbirds' founding guitarist, died at the age of 75, just 2 weeks after Jeff Beck, his successor in the legendary blues band, passed away. Top died peacefully surrounded by his family on January 23, 2023, according to his spokesman, following his battle with dementia. The late guitarist formed the Yardbirds in London in May 1963 with Keith Relf, Paul Samuel Smith, Chris Dredge, and Jim McCarty, but left in October 1963 and was replaced by Eric Clapton. In his later life, he also worked as an interior designer and was a mural and fine artist, but occasionally rejoined the Yardbirds for reunions in 2013 to 2015. Number 6. Tom Verlaine. If you grew up listening to punk rock in the 1970s, you've probably heard of Tom Verlaine, frontman of the punk rock band Television. Tom's expertise as a guitarist, singer, and songwriter was important in putting the band on the map and paving the road for legendary works such as their 1977 album 𝗵𝘃𝗲, a genre-defining record. According to Fox, Tom died on January 28, 2023, at the age of 73 in New York City, following a brief illness, the details of which were not disclosed. During his final moments, he was surrounded by his friends. Number 7. Steve MACKEY. Steve MACKEY, the acclaimed bassist, songwriter, and producer, made his name laying down dance floor-friendly grooves for the British rock band Pulp during its 1990s peak. As it transformed itself from a little-known art rock collective to a festival-headlining Britpop powerhouse, died on March 2, 2023, at the age of 56. His death was announced on social media by his wife, Katie Grand. She did not disclose where he died or what happened to him, but she did say he died after 3 months in hospital, fighting with all his strength and determination. With Hollywood-worthy looks and an image of tailored cool, Steve MACKEY provided the pulsing bass lines that helped whip audiences into a frenzy as Pulp cycled through glam rock, acid house, disco, and indie pop influences on 1990s anthems. Like Common People and Disco 2000, 2 of the 5 top 10 singles the band notched in Britain. Steve was also an avid photographer, and in the 2010s, he pursued a hobby of photographing fashion advertisements for brands such as Armani Exchange and Marc Jacobs while working on his wife's fashion magazine, Love. Number 8. David Lindley. David Lindley, a popular session musician since the 1960s. He founded the rock band 𝗷 and was a must-have collaborator for artists such as Jackson Browne, Dolly Parton, Bob Dylan, Bruce Springsteen, Toto, Rod Stewart, and Joe Walsh due to his ability to play string instruments such as the fiddle and guitar. David learned so many instruments that Acoustic Guitar magazine referred to him as a maxi-instrumentalist rather than a multi-instrumentalist. Sadly, he passed away on March 3, 2023, at the age of 78. The cause of his death was not specified, but he was claimed to have been suffering from kidney problems, pneumonia, influenza, and other diseases. Number 9. Gary Rossington. Gary Rossington was an American musician and songwriter. He is best known as a founding member of the southern rock band Lynyrd Skynyrd, in which he played lead and rhythm guitar. He was also the band's longest surviving founding member. Gary was also a founding member of the Rossington Collins Band, along with former bandmate Alan Collins. Lynyrd Skynyrd fans mourn when the last founding member died on March 5, 2023, at the age of 71. Gary's death was announced on the band's Facebook page, prompting an outpouring of sorrow as well as many interested fans who wanted to know what caused Gary's death. The cause of death was not mentioned in the post, thus it remains unknown. However, he has a history of heart problems and had heart surgery in 2021. We are nearing the end of our video, but before we proceed, we would like to ask you to please like and subscribe to our YouTube channel at www.youtube.com/c/YouWannaWatch2022 and follow us on our Facebook page at www.facebook.com/YouWannaWatch. Any support you provide us will help us provide you with more and better content. Okay, now back to the story. Number 10. Jim Gordon. The American musician and songwriter James Beck Gordon was a session drummer in the late 1960s and 1970s and was also a drummer in the blues rock supergroup Derek and the Dominoes. The legendary rock drummer co-wrote their legendary song Layla. In 1970, Jim was part of Joe Cocker's famed Mad Dogs and Englishmen tour, then a backup singer before going on to a successful solo career. However, in 1983, Jim murdered his mother during a psychotic episode connected with untreated schizophrenia and was sentenced to 16 years to life in prison. However, after a long incarceration and lifelong battle with mental illness, the rock legend passed away on March 13, 2023, at the age of 77. Number 11. Tom LEADON. One of the founding members of Tom Petty's original band, the American Southern and country rock band 𝗵𝘃𝗲, Tom LEADON died on March 22, 2023, at the age of 70. He remained its guitarist following its revival in 2007. He was the brother of Bernie LEADON, the former banjoist and guitarist of the Eagles. The rock guitarist died peacefully of natural causes according to his family's statement. Finally, at number 12, we have 𝗵𝘃𝗲. 𝗵𝘃𝗲, the Irish band The Scripts' beloved guitarist, died on April 14, 2023 at the age of 46. The band said Sheehan died in a hospital after a brief illness. In a statement, The Script called him a much-loved husband, father, brother, bandmate, and friend. Mark co-founded the band with Danny O'Donoghue and Glenn Power in Dublin in 2001. Mark and Danny were childhood friends and former members of the band 𝗵𝘃𝗲. The band went on to create 6 studio albums and are most known for their songs Break Even, Hall of Fame, and The Man Who Can't Be Moved. Their self-titled debut album peaked at number 1 in both the United Kingdom and Ireland. Sunsets and Full Moons, their most recent original music effort, was released in 2019. They also issued a single named Dare You to Doubt Me in September 2022. Irish President Michael D. Higgins commended the band's originality and excellence and expressed sympathy to Mark's family. 𝗵𝘃𝗲 is survived by his wife, Rena Sheehan, and their 3 children. What do you think about these rock band members? Whose death shocked you the most? Did we miss anyone or anything that you think should have been included? Let us know your thoughts by writing a comment on this video. If you're interested in our other videos, just hover over the videos and just press play. Until next time, watchers, thank you for watching our video.